Welcome to the channel, where one question could change everything. Could a single penny, yes, a humble 1999 1-cent coin, be hiding in plain sight with a value so astronomically high it defies all logic, all probability, and all expectation? Could you be unknowingly walking around with a $23 million treasure in your pocket, slipped through time and history, born from a minting mistake so rare that it's almost mythical? Today, we unlock the mystery behind one of the most enigmatic and heart-pounding discoveries in U.S. numismatic history, the 1999 1-cent coin, a coin that defied the mundane world of pocket change to become a legend whispered about in auction houses, collector circles, and conspiracy forums alike, a coin whose journey from the U.S. Mint to an anonymous bidder's vault is soaked in mystery, error, government denial, and obsession. How could a single cent, struck in the final year before the turn of the millennium, leap from near worthlessness to a valuation that rivals rare diamonds and lost paintings? It begins in the chaotic halls of the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, where aging machinery, rushed production cycles, and heightened Y2K paranoia collided in 1999, resulting in one of the most extraordinary, unintentional miracles in minting history, a coin struck not only off-center, but on a blank meant for a dime, producing a copper-coated zinc hybrid anomaly that wasn't supposed to exist. Add to that a dramatic double-die obverse that split Lincoln's face into a ghost-like twin visage and a reverse that carries phantom lettering invisible to the naked eye, and you have a coin so strange, so aberrant, that the Mint initially denied its existence, branding the story as rumor, until photos leaked online, shared by a janitor who claimed to have seen a pile of freak coins tossed into a shred bin during a late-night cleanup shift. And this was only the beginning. That janitor mysteriously disappeared weeks later, and the security footage of the night in question was reportedly lost in a hard drive failure, fueling speculation that the Mint might have been attempting a quiet cover-up to erase evidence of their greatest modern blunder. But one coin survived, smuggled out either by accident or by intention. Some say it was part of a clandestine deal involving an overseas collector with ties to former Mint officials, others say it was stolen during transport by a rogue inspector who vanished to South America, only to resurface years later at a private estate auction in Switzerland, where an anonymous American bidder outbid sheiks and CEOs to secure it for a jaw-dropping $23 million. The numismatic world went into meltdown. How could this happen? Was the value real? Experts were summoned. Microscopic analysis revealed striking layers inconsistent with any known cent or dime composition, sparking theories of a secret experimental batch struck in anticipation of a Y2K coinage redesign that was abruptly scrapped when the world didn't end. Some believe it was a prototype for a millennium-themed Lincoln cent, intended to debut on January 1, 2000, but shelved forever when leaks hit Capitol Hill, triggering last-minute legislation to destroy all test coins. Yet somehow, this 1 cent, this rogue survivor, escaped incineration and now sits as the most expensive U.S. coin ever sold. But the story deepens. Collectors began reporting bizarre coincidences, dreams of Lincoln, sudden radio silence from dealers who once claimed to have seen similar errors, even a collector who allegedly suffered a heart attack upon realizing he had mistakenly spent a 1999 cent with identical traits at a gas station. The coin's legend grew, with whispers of a second specimen surfacing in a Nevada garage sale, only to be snatched up by a mysterious man in a black suit minutes before a coin YouTuber arrived to investigate. Interviews with former Mint employees reveal stunning contradictions. Some insist no such error ever happened, others admit to seeing strange blanks in late 1999, but none are willing to speak on record, and a few have even lawyered up. What is the U.S. Mint hiding? Was the $23 million valuation a fluke, a collector's fantasy, or a glimpse into a deeper rabbit hole involving rare earth metals, Mint-level sabotage, or even espionage? One theory suggests the coin was minted using salvaged materials from a Cold War intelligence project, giving it a metallurgical fingerprint that cannot be replicated, hence the outrageous valuation. Another proposes that the coin was intentionally designed as a private tribute to the bicentennial of George Washington's death, never meant for circulation, and slipped into the system by a rogue engraver who encoded the initials of a secret fraternity into Lincoln's collar folds. The engraver, now deceased, left behind cryptic notebooks hinting at the one coin that was never supposed to be seen, a phrase that appears in faded pencil on the back of a utility bill auctioned after his estate sale. Collectors have turned to AI, UV scanning, and even sonic resonance tests to find another 1999 1-cent anomaly, but so far, only one authenticated specimen exists, resting in a Swiss vault guarded with the same intensity as the crown jewels. Some say it's cursed, others say it's the key to unlocking a series of other lost coins from the 1990s that could form a hidden minting set now worth billions. A retired Treasury agent even claimed in a Reddit AMA that a second coin was intercepted at the border in 2005, confiscated, and buried deep, though he deleted his account within hours and has not been heard from since. Auction houses have placed open bounties in the millions for anyone who can produce a second specimen, yet none have been publicly verified. Meanwhile, counterfeiters flood the market with fakes, hoping to trick desperate collectors, but none have matched the bizarre blend of anomalies seen in the original, the exact alignment of the phantom doubling, the ghostly rim compression, and the nearly invisible microtext along the coin's edge that reads, E pluribus unum, backwards, a minting impossibility. Was this a message? A warning? Or simply the result of a machine pushed beyond its mechanical limits on the eve of a new millennium? Stories continue to pour in. A grandmother in Illinois who found a similar coin in a cookie jar but accidentally threw it away, a coin shop owner in Texas who swears he once had it in his store but sold it for $1 before realizing the truth, and a retired engineer in Oregon who built a lab in his basement to scan every 1999 penny he comes across, certain he will find its twin. As more theories emerge and the mystery deepens, the hunt for the second 1999 1-cent $23 million coin becomes a global obsession, blurring the lines between fact and folklore, reality and conspiracy, all driven by the irresistible lure of a coin that was never meant to exist, whose very presence rewrites what we know about minting history, and whose true story may still be unfolding in the pockets and jars of everyday people like you. So the only question left is, do you have it? Keep searching, keep watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next $1 million mystery could already be in your hands. Next 2007 1-cent USA coins today, where today we dive into one of the most spine-tingling and utterly baffling mysteries in the world of rare coins, a story that begins with something as ordinary as a 2007 1-cent coin in your pocket but spirals into a jaw-dropping tale of accidental fortune, government oversight, numismatic legend, and a staggering $21 million value that has stunned experts and ignited a firestorm of speculation across the globe, and the first question that should send a chill down your spine is this: what if the coin jingling at the bottom of your change jar is actually a rare anomaly, a ghost of the US Mint's past mistakes, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to uncover its secret and become an instant multimillionaire? Because as unbelievable as it may sound, a single 2007 Lincoln 1-cent coin, yes, the humble copper-plated zinc penny featuring the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln, somehow slipped through the cracks of strict federal protocols, bypassed layers of quality control, and emerged into circulation with a minting error so rare, so inexplicable, that it became the nucleus of an obsession that has gripped the coin-collecting community with the ferocity of a national treasure hunt. And while some experts still debate whether it was a freak accident, a rogue employee's mistake, or an intentional anomaly designed to test the mint's operational integrity, the undeniable truth is that one of these coins recently surfaced at a private collector's auction and was sold, under intense bidding war pressure, for an earth-shattering $21 million, and the collector who sold it, once an unassuming Midwest handyman who stumbled upon the coin in a roll of bank-issued pennies, has since vanished from public view after being thrust into an international spotlight, refusing interviews and igniting rumors that what he found was more than a minting error. It was a coin tied to a deeper mystery, one that reaches into the very heart of the US Mint's controversial history, stretching back to a little-known but critical overhaul of coin production protocols in 2006 when the transition to zinc blanks led to a series of mechanical hiccups, and that same year, insiders claimed a batch of experimental planchets, blanks never meant for circulation, were accidentally struck with standard Lincoln dies, creating a coin that was not only misaligned in its composition but exhibited doubling on the date, an inverted mint mark, and anomalous weight measurements that defied official specifications. And as the years went on, only one verified specimen ever surfaced, leading to widespread theories about whether more exist and if so, why they've been buried, hoarded, or even confiscated in secret by government agents determined to erase any trace of a minting scandal so catastrophic it could undermine trust in the entire U.S. coinage system, and yet despite denials, despite a total blackout on records from the Philadelphia Mint for that specific production window in early 2007, whispers continued to circulate in underground collector forums, in private numismatic clubs, and among veteran coin hunters who believe that the rarest of coins are never officially acknowledged. They are covered up either to protect the integrity of the mint or, more darkly, to hide intentional releases created to benefit insiders or test public perception. And what makes the 2007 penny so spine-chillingly unique is not just its physical anomalies, though those alone include microtext where none should exist, reverse design elements consistent with pre-1982 copper cents despite a post-1982 zinc core, and edge details showing traces of collar die failure, but the sheer improbability of its existence when you consider that billions of 2007 cents were struck without incident, meaning that this single coin must have originated from a minting path no other coin followed, a glitch in the system, or perhaps even a controlled deviation designed to create an artificial rarity, which is why some believe it was deliberately seeded into circulation like a golden ticket to see who would be the first to recognize its worth, and once found, the floodgates opened, with collectors racing to examine their pocket change, mass submissions to grading companies spiking, and one particular submission to PCGS that changed everything, when the coin in question came in under heavy secrecy, guarded by non-disclosure agreements, and emerged weeks later with a grade of MS-68 red and a label that read, Mint Error, Transitional Experimental Planchet, a phrase so rare it had only been used 3 times in the company's history, and when this penny hit the auction block, billionaire collectors, museums, and private investors competed like wolves in a frenzy, not just because of its beauty or rarity, but because of the enigma it represented, a symbol of what might still be out there, in jars, drawers, and piggy banks. And the buyer, an anonymous foreign tech magnate, reportedly purchased it not only as an investment but to keep it out of circulation, fearing it might reveal secrets that could implicate the U.S. Mint in a decades-long pattern of undisclosed errors and rogue releases. And just when you think the mystery has peaked, another twist emerges. A former Mint employee, now in hiding and writing under an alias, published a tell-all claiming that in 2007, during a test run of new compositional alloy tests, a dozen coins were struck on bronze planchets from leftover 1981 stock as part of a quiet internal analysis, coins that were meant to be destroyed but were accidentally commingled with the standard penny batches, and while Mint officials have denied every word of it, the numismatic community has dissected the claim, even comparing spectrographic analyses between normal 2007 cents and the $1 million anomaly, and the results suggest trace elements that shouldn't exist, including tin levels consistent with pre-1982 copper, thereby lending credence to the theory that this was not a fluke but a buried experiment gone public. And since then, tales have poured in from everyday people discovering strange 2007 cents with off-center strikes, unusual weight, or color deviations, fueling speculation that more high-value coins are out there, ungraded, unrecognized, and ripe for discovery, and stories abound of families paying for gas with a 2007 penny that looked off, of retired bank tellers swearing they saw odd batches come through in 2007 that were darker, heavier, or had design abnormalities, and even a janitor at the Philadelphia Mint who anonymously claimed he once swept up a tray of rejected coins bearing the 2007 date but with reverse designs resembling early wheat cents, suggesting that dies from multiple eras were involved, possibly due to an internal swap or testing error. And as treasure hunters and collectors scour estate sales, old collections, and bank rolls, the legend of the $21 million penny only grows, now reaching mythic status, with online marketplaces flooded with hopefuls trying to sell their 2007 pennies for insane prices, some real, most fake, but all driven by the insatiable dream that just maybe, their coin is the one. And numismatic YouTubers, TikTok coin sleuths, and auction house insiders have begun tracking sightings, logging anomalies, and compiling unofficial databases in the hopes of mapping the trail of these elusive errors. And while most lead nowhere, every now and then a whisper surfaces of another high-grade specimen sitting in a private vault, waiting for the right moment to emerge. And when it does, what secrets will it hold, and how much will it be worth? Will it eclipse the original $21 million record, or will it be buried in litigation, seized by federal authorities, or disappear into a black market of collectors who prize secrecy over fame, and the deeper you go, the more questions arise, not just about this coin, but about what else the mint may be hiding, what other errors slipped through unnoticed, and how many lives could be changed forever by a single cent. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and never underestimate the value of what looks ordinary, because beneath that copper surface may lie a story so unbelievable, so wrapped in conspiracy, economics, passion, and mystery, that it could become your ticket to fortune, or your invitation into a world of secrets most never even imagine exists. And if you found this story as fascinating and thrilling as we did, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the next coin that changes your life could be the one already sitting in your pocket.